There is a lot of information to take in Eternal Evolution, and there are things that are fairly straightforward, that seem fairly straightforward, that are easy to overlook, especially if you're newer. So what I wanted to do today was go over 5 really important things that you need to know that I think it's possible you've overlooked. And the reason that I think it's possible that you may have overlooked them is because my interactions with people in the community, in my Discord and in my comments, I've talked to people who have overlooked some of these things, and I haven't necessarily thought to specifically mention them because, again, for one person it might seem obvious, and for another person it might not. There's a lot of information to take in here, so totally understandable if you overlooked some of this or don't know it. So I just wanted to lay out 5 really important things and make sure that you know them. I'd rather just be sure that I've said it and that you all know them than not say them. And then if you have anything you want to add to this in the comments, if you got any other tips or things that you think would be helpful, please drop them in the comments below. I would appreciate that, and I know other people would as well. And if at any point you like the video, there's a button for that. Click the like button. That helps me out a lot. So the first one I want to talk about, it might be the least important of the 5, but it's still really important to know. And that it pertains to your military rank. You know that spending money increases your military rank. And I think a lot of people think it ends there. So they don't think about it, or maybe it's frustrating because you think all of this quality of life stuff is locked behind a paywall. And that's not the case. You get points from doing your battle order every day. So come in and do your battle order missions, all of them that you can do every single day, all right? It doesn't seem like it's a lot of points, but it'll add up quickly. And I do have a free-to-play account, and within the first week of the free-to-play account, I unlocked things like Quick Dispatch and Quick Complete Wasteland, and most of the like crucial clutch quality of life things you can unlock pretty quickly, even as a 100% free-to-play player, if you're just staying on top of your battle order, because this is a way to increase your military rank over time, and it's 100% free, okay? So don't be too frustrated or feel like hope is lost if you don't want to spend money in the game. You can still increase this. Obviously, it's going to be slower, but again, they put a lot of the really good quality of life stuff fairly early on. So just make sure you stay on top of that every day, all right? The next one, this might be the most important. And again, it's kind of easy to overlook because it's not really in a shop and it's not right in your face, but in any of the 3 dungeon screens, Tisa, Terra, or Kinsara Marsh, up here you've got your stamina supplements for that dungeon, and then you have your stamina supplements that can be used in any of the 3, these rainbow colored ones, right? You can hit the plus sign, and depending on your military rank will dictate how many you can buy. I can buy 13 at a time right now. I do this every single day. I max that slider out every day and buy these. And earlier on, I recommend just letting them sit. Definitely, I would not use them before you can clear DISA 6. I'm uploading a video right now, so my internet always gets weird when I'm on a game in BlueStacks. But I do that every single day. And I recommend using them in DISA, generally speaking. I've unloaded a ton into DISA 15 on my main account, and then on my free-to-play account, I can farm DISA 8 pretty reliably, and I've dropped 40 or 50 in there. But even before you start using them, especially early in the game when the game is just raining diamonds on you, you're going to have way more diamonds than you know what to do with, as long as you're not blowing them all on basic summons. Come in here every single day and just max out, because they're not going to expire, they're not going to go away, they're going to stay there till you use them. And if you do it every day, working your way up through the dungeons, by the time you get to where you can farm a solid dungeon, you could have 150, 200, a ton of these, and then immediately just change your entire account with change your gear situation, okay? So that's where that slider is. It's not in the shop, it's not anywhere else as far as I know. You have to be in this screen to do it, but click that plus sign, max that slider out, max out on your stamina supplements every single day. They're incredibly valuable. It's really important to do, okay? The third one, and you can do it from the bag or you can do it from here. We'll just do it from here. You can lock pieces of gear, and this is important to stay on top of. When you click on a piece of gear, up here, there's a little lock, okay? Unlocked obviously means it's not locked. Locked means it's locked. And what that means is when you're forging gear, whatever you've got selected will get fed. So if I get to a point where I want to start feeding legendary gear when I'm leveling up gear, I can turn that on. But what I want to make sure that I've done is locked all of the good pieces of gear that I get, so that it only feeds in the trash gear when I'm doing that. And that's why that's important. So it's a good idea when you finish your dungeon run, on the screen where it's showing you all the gear you got, you can lock your gear from there. So what I do is every haul that comes in from a dungeon run, I just check each piece. And if I like it and want to keep it, I lock it right there. That way you stay on top of it and you save yourself having to come in here and do it here, where it's really tedious. And you know, if you do 10 maxed out 10 runs, you do 100 runs, you're gonna have a ton of gear to come in here and sort through, and it's a real pain in the ass. If you stay on top of it as you get it, then as you want to, you know, upgrade your filter in the forge, you can do it comfortably because you know you're not wasting any good pieces. A quick note on that too is be sure that you check the gear that your champs are wearing, because if it's a good piece you want to keep, I tend to just equip stuff without thinking about locking it from like earlier on when I got it. So I need to go through and actually check all my champs and make sure the gear that they're wearing is locked if I want to keep it as well. Because sometimes you'll swap it out and then you'll have a good piece sitting there unlocked and you might accidentally feed it sometime. All right, so that's another quick tip to add on to that one. But you can lock your gear, and it's really important to stay on top of that as you go. All right. Next up, in the recruitment shop, in the limited, well, let's hit our free summon real quick, see what we get. I'll take food. In the limited shop, there's the exchange shop, right? In the limited banner, you've got the exchange shop. Each limited banner is going to have its own shop, which means there's going to be an opportunity to buy 2 of these orbs, these blue orbs, right? These are the top priority. I know that the champs seem more appealing, but these are the top priority. And don't ever use a blue orb on a champ that's not a Triple S champ. It counts as a duplicate of elite champions. Triple S champs are elite champions as well, but they're their own monster, okay? So don't ever use a blue orb on a champ that's not Triple S. It will be just a devastating waste of your resources, all right? So it's a good idea to wait till double exchange ticket events to summon your limited cards anyway, right? Pile them up, buy your blue orbs. If you can help it, don't even bother. Just use them to pile up on blue orbs every time the banners change. And then again, never, ever, no matter how hard of a time you're having getting a copy of another champion, no matter how impatient you're feeling, no matter if they're 1 rank away from immortal, don't ever use it on a champ that's not a Triple S champ, okay? It's incredibly important to not do that. Let me start my dispatches as well. It's real pain. It's real pain playing a game in BlueStacks when I have a video uploading. Fine. The last one that I want to give you is in your bag here. You get these things as you progress from rewards. This 24-hour amount of red rubies, right? 24-hour resource pack, 8-hour catalytic furnace. You get them for experience as well, right? These are based on your current fast patrol rewards. It's based on this. And this is based on your story progression, okay? The longer you wait to use those things, the more valuable they become. So I'm not telling you to never use them early in the game necessarily. You'll have to gauge your progression and see how you feel, and if you're at a moment where you need to break through, and one of those will help you do it. Again, it's up to your discretion, but I think it's important to know how they work, and they work based on your storyline progression. So the longer you wait to use them, the more valuable they are. So it's not a bad idea to just let them sit and pile up. You're gonna get rubies as you progress through Soul Mine. You're gonna get resources as you do all the things in the game that you do. You're gonna get some stuff from Wasteland. There's resources all over the place. Fast Patrol's gonna charge up the more you progress. It'll come. So if you're not in a crazy hurry, you can let these things pile up. And then when you start hitting these later walls where you need a ton of resources, right, to level someone up. You know, I'm up to where I need roughly 300,000 to just get 1 more level in her. And I'm sure that the next amount of rubies I need is going to be something crazy, because I think the last one was like 25,000. So the longer you can make yourself hold on to those, the better they're going to serve you. And I think it's just important to understand how those work. So that's 5 things It's not the only things that I think are important, but it's 5 things that I think are pretty important that you might not have been aware of or you may have overlooked. So hopefully at least one of these helps you understand something a little bit better. Maybe you're able to do something a little bit more efficiency. Maybe you were missing the stamina supplements and now you can start piling up on those while you work your way up to DSA 6 or 10 or whatever the next milestone is that you're working your way toward. You can save them as long as you want. And again, if you've got any other tips that you want to drop below for anybody that I didn't talk about here, I would appreciate it, and I'm sure other people would as well. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here. I do hope it was helpful. If you haven't liked the video yet, like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. You know what I mean? And that's it. I'm getting out of here. Later.